A young disciple had walked for days, barefoot and exhausted, carrying inside him a question that burned stronger than hunger or thirst. When he finally reached Adi Shankaracharya, the evening sun was softening, spreading a golden silence across the mountains. The disciple bowed deeply and asked, "Master, what is the easiest way to enlightenment?" Shankara did not answer at once. He simply studied the boy's trembling hands, his restless eyes, the longing that had pushed him across forests and rivers. Then he smiled, an ancient, effortless smile that did not come from emotion, but from a space beyond time. "Sit," he said, "and listen, not to my words, but to yourself." The disciple sat before him, unsure whether his question had even been heard. After a long silence, Shankara said, "You speak of the easiest way, but understand first, enlightenment is not difficult. It appears difficult only because you approach it through effort. You try too hard. You imagine it as a mountain to climb, a destiny to achieve, a victory to win. But enlightenment is not an achievement. It is a recognition. You do not become the self, you uncover it." The disciple looked confused. Shankara continued, "Tell me, is waking from sleep an achievement? Or simply the end of sleep?" The boy murmured, "The end of sleep, Master." Shankara nodded gently. "Just so. Enlightenment is nothing but the ending of spiritual sleep. And sleep ends not through effort, but through awareness." The disciple asked, "But Master, how do I awaken?" Shankara replied, "You do not try to awaken. Trying is the obstacle. Seeking is the obstacle. Longing is the obstacle. You believe the mind can lead you to truth. But the mind is the veil. How can the veil become the key to its own removal?" He pointed to the disciple's forehead. "This mind creates the distance between you and yourself." He gave an example. A man wears glasses and forgets he is wearing them. He searches for them everywhere. The more desperately he searches, the more invisible the glasses become. You are that man. The self is already on your eyes, in your eyes, as your very seeing. The disciple felt something shift inside him, a small crack in the wall he had been carrying. Shankara continued, "The simplest truth is often ignored. Children are not far from enlightenment because they know too little. They are close to it because they know nothing of the mind's illusions. They have not yet built the walls you carry. Truth is not discovered through accumulation. It is revealed through removal. Remove what you are not, and what remains is the self." The disciple asked, "If enlightenment is natural, Master, why do so few attain it?" Shankara's voice softened. "Because people are busy becoming something. They want to become spiritual, become pure, become enlightened. They are hypnotized by becoming. But the self is not something you become. It is what remains when everything artificial is removed. The easiest way to enlightenment is to stop becoming anything at all." The disciple felt shaken. "Should I give up effort then?" Shankara smiled. "Give up not the effort, but the one who is making the effort. When the false doer dissolves, whatever remains, effort or no effort, is pure." He pointed toward a small hut. "Go open that door," he said. The disciple walked to the hut and tried to pull the door inward. It didn't move. "Master, it's locked." Shankara chuckled. "Look again. You are pushing in the wrong direction. Try outward." The disciple pushed, and the door opened easily. Shankara said, "This is the condition of the seeker. You push in the wrong direction. You think enlightenment is inside effort, inside struggle, inside discipline. But it is outside all of them. The door opens outward." He told the disciple to sit again and said, "Now be silent." The disciple tried, but within moments, his mind filled with a storm of thoughts. Shankara asked, "What happened?" The disciple said, "Thoughts, Master, endless thoughts." Shankara said, "Good, now see them. Don't catch them. Don't judge them. You do not need to stop thoughts. You only need to stop believing them. Clouds will pass, but the sky does not chase them." He added, "Your mind is not your enemy. Do not fight it. Fighting strengthens it. Witness it. Witnessing is the easiest path. When you witness a thought, you step out of it. When you step out of it, it loses power. When it loses power, the mind becomes transparent. Through transparency, the self is seen." The disciple listened, feeling his breath grow slower. Shankara continued, "Acceptance is easier than effort. You resist emotions, desires, thoughts, memories, and the world itself. What you resist persists. The moment you allow everything to be as it is, the ego collapses. The I that was resisting dissolves. What remains is pure awareness." The disciple whispered, "If it is so simple, Master, why does the ego resist?" Shankara said, "Because for the ego, enlightenment is death. And who willingly walks toward their own funeral? But understand, the ego dies, not you. The ego fears death. You will discover life." He leaned forward and said, "The easiest path is this. Know what you are not. You are not the body. It changes. You are not the mind. It fluctuates. You are not your emotions. They come and go. You are not your memories. They fade like old shadows. You are the witness of all these. And when you know what you are not, what you are shines by itself." The disciple asked, "How do I know the witness?" Shankara replied, "By resting in the one who sees." He touched the boy gently on the chest. Awareness is not something you create. It is your nature. When you look at the breath, who is watching? Stay with that watcher. Not the body watcher, not the thinker watcher, not the emotional me, but the silent witness. That is the doorway. Shankara guided him into a simple meditation. Close your eyes. Imagine a wave rising in the ocean. It thinks it is separate. But if it looks deeply, it sees it was never separate. Even at its peak, it was nothing but ocean. You are that wave. The self is the ocean. The disciple felt something melting inside, a loosening, a softening. When he opened his eyes, he said, "Master." I felt a vast silence. Shankara nodded. "Yes, but now the ego will try to claim it. It will say, 'I experience silence. I am progressing.' Watch even that voice. Do not become impressed by your own mind." The disciple asked, "Master, is enlightenment sudden?" Shankara replied, "For some it is thunder. For others it is dawn. But always remember, enlightenment is not an event. It is the recognition of what has always been. When the clouds move, the sky is not created, it is revealed." Shankara continued, "The seeker must disappear, not through suppression, but through understanding. Understand that the seeker is made of the same substance as the sought. You are searching for yourself." The sun was sinking now, spreading a deep orange glow. Shankara gave his final instruction. Whenever you remember, pause. Ask within yourself, who is aware of this moment? Do not answer with words. Rest in the awareness itself. This is the easiest way. The disciple sat silently. For the first time, he was no longer chasing enlightenment. He was resting in the one who seeks. Shankara watched him with quiet compassion as a calmness spread across the boy's face. There were no more questions. The air was still. The mountains were silent. And in that silence, without effort, without ceremony, without struggle, the disciple tasted the first fragrance of true awakening, not as an achievement, not as a miracle, but as a simple returning home to what he had always been.